The question here is, could Nene have saved this? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for season 13, episode 1 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I'm starting right out the door. I never thought that I would be actually saying this. And that is, could Nene actually save this? Because now we had a season where Nene wasn't around and everything was fine. But for some reason, I don't know, it something ain't right. Something ain't right. This ain't right. This I don't know. And I don't know if it's just Nene being gone. And I gotta tell you, I miss Eva. Where is my Eva? I'm like, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. And I went in with a completely open mind because I know things are going to be different because we're in the midst of the pandemic and all of that. I know the filming was going to be different. I didn't expect the show to be what it has been before, but mm-mm, mm-mm, something that no, nope, 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 nope. And I'm just going to say this from the door. I don't want to come off insensitive, okay? But this first episode, and though it's definitely needed, it's needed because it's history. You know, all of this stuff, we're going to need to remember. You have to, for this stuff to change, the whole Black Lives Matter movement and all of this, for change to be made, it has to be marked in history. So we have to show it, and we have to show it and show it and show it and show it. And it can't be erased. We can't allow the struggles to be erased to keep from trying to repeat some of the bullshit. So we have to, it has to be there. But okay, we did it. Now I got a question. Are we going to do this all season? Are we going to do it all season? Because if we're going to do this all season, it's going to start to come off disingenuous. And I'm just telling you, it just is from the door. This whole first episode really felt like a documentary on the civil unrest that's going on. It didn't feel like Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yes, we have a girl that is very much proactive, and it was really good to see. Because y'all know I ain't even a Porsha fan, but I was proud of her. I was proud of her for the stances that she took. I think she learned a lot. It was really good to see. I really do, because you know she gives you airhead tease. So I think she really did learn a lot. This was a definite moment for Porsha. Porsha did a lot of maturing and a lot of growing and all of that. And I'm so glad that she has the platform and that it got to be shown. But I just don't want it to start to feel watered down and like it's being, I don't want it to feel as though Bravo is using it as their content. Because this ain't what it's about. It's not about Bravo using it as their content. It really is about Porsha using her platform to blast the movement. I don't want it to flip on us and it be Bravo used it for content. So that's just where I'm at with that. Y'all know I don't even do these issues on my channel. I don't really mess with them. You know, I'm a feel-good channel. I don't even really like to get into the politics of things. I really don't. But I'm afraid. I'm afraid for what this is going to end up looking like. But I have to keep watching to see. But this felt like a documentary. It felt like a docuseries, is what it felt like. It didn't feel like a reality show. It felt like a docuseries. And for whatever reason, when Love and Hip Hop, Love and Hip Hop was a shit show. It's a shit show. But when the pandemic hit, the show had to shift. And I feel as though Mona Scott Young, she used the show. She did what was responsible with the show at that point. And it never lost its flavor. It still was a shit show, but it wasn't disingenuous. It was like, okay, we're pumping this out and giving the information. The information was given, but it never felt as though they were using the pandemic as content. It always felt as though she was using the platform to get the word out to the people. And I'm just afraid that it ain't gonna work out like that over here. That's it, and it could just be me. It could just be me. And I know y'all are going to talk about it in the comments. Y'all going to tell me. Yeah, we're going to discuss it. It just is what it is. But I'm afraid. I'm afraid. And it left me feeling uneasy. And that's why I'm even bringing it up. Y'all know I don't even do this. But oh well, it's my channel. So if I decide to, I can do that. But I just usually don't. But I just gotta. It moved me in my spirit. That's all there's to it. But anyway, as far as the show, I'm going to leave that right there. I said what I had to say. It was very good. Like I said, it was very, I'm going to cover the Porsha stuff now. Like I said, I'm proud of her. She went down to Louisville, Kentucky. She was in the middle of the mess, in the heart of it. She ended up being arrested. She was in jail for 13 hours, and they had lots of footage, and they did show the footage. Yeah, it was very eye-opening as to what was actually really going on. Yeah, and this is the first time we heard things about her grandfather and things he did back in the day, but this is the first time we actually saw footage of her grandfather. We saw pictures and stuff, like really like genuine pictures and stuff. See the picture? Oh my God! You know, Porsha's daughter. We kept. I always try to figure out who does this baby look like. Does this baby look like Dennis, or because I don't see Porsha. I always, when I look at her, I didn't see Porsha. But oh my God, when they showed the baby picture of Porsha and up there with her grandfather, her daughter looks exactly like her when she was a little girl. Porsha didn't look like Porsha looks now as a little girl. She grew into those looks. Her daughter looks exactly like Porsha. So all of those things were really interesting. That was really good to see. Because I was saying, well, maybe she looks like Dennis, but I don't really see Dennis. I don't know who I see when I look at this baby. But no, baby, she looks like her mother. She looks like her mother. And they showed, this is the first time we've seen that, like, on the show. I don't follow her on social media, so maybe she posted some pictures or something before now. But this is my first time seeing it. And baby girl really does look, she looks like her mommy. She really does. I said, oh, wow. I said, okay, cool. So we got to really actually see Porsha and not the bullshit that is Porsha Williams. But I got to see Porsha Williams, the woman. And it was cool. It was cool because I ain't never been a fan. I ain't never been a fan. I always said she's beautiful. You know, she dressed her ass off. Her antics are hilarious sometimes, but not a fan. I don't always agree with her. Most times I don't. But I got to see Porsha Williams, the woman. And she gained, not that it even matters to her, but she gained a little respect from me on this. I said, okay, Porsha, I see growth. And that's always a good thing. That's cool. Good for you. Continue doing what you do. Let me knock this chick right on out of here while we at it. Kenya, I ain't doing this with you. I'm telling you right now, I ain't doing this with you all season. I'm not. I am over the Kenya and Mark saga. I am over that. I thought we were done with that. I thought we had moved on to stuff. I am done. I am not doing the Kenya, Moore, Mark, whore bullshit all season. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. You gonna have to sprinkle something on it to make it more interesting. But I'm not doing Kenya walking around feeling sorry for herself and don't know what she's one of the girls is tired. The girls are tired. It took everything Kandi had to keep from telling Kenya, if you don't leave this mother. The writing is on the wall. Mark Daly does not like you, Kenya Moore. There are no questions. There ain't no questions of do he love you or not. He don't even like you. He don't treat you nice. He don't talk to you nice. He does not care for you. At all. At all. It is so evident. And she's sitting up there spiraling. You need to pull yourself together. I ain't never seen Kenya look this bad. And it wasn't all this ain't the pandemic. Nope. There's allowance being given for people not looking their best. Because see, everybody got glam squads and all of this kind of carrying on. So there's been an allowance given. We don't be jumping on folks' looks all that badly because of what's going on in the pandemic. No, you're not. See, when you're normally on these reality shows, you look like you walk right out the salon. Because you got a team of folks following you around, touching up your makeup and all that. You know, it ain't real. You know, reality TV ain't real. But it done got way too real. Kenya over there, that head, your head look a mess. A mess. You own a hair company. I don't give a damn what's going on in the world. I know you got a flat iron. I know you got a flat iron. And if you telling me that you don't know how to use a flat iron at all, then the credibility of your business is in the toilet, isn't it? Because what you run around peddling that you got this huge hair business and you run around looking like, you can't sell me no dream looking like no nightmare. Can you look terrible? Terrible. When the first thing, now when you see her in a confessional, bam, that's Kenya Moore. Beautiful. Because she is. She gets on my nerves with her behavior, but Kenya Moore is a beautiful woman. Kenya Moore looked like mess. Mess. Head a mess. Clothes disheveled. That ain't Kenya Moore. You are a beauty queen. A pageant winner. Not no runner-up. A pageant winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Bitch, get yourself together. I know you know how to pull yourself together better than this. Because when you were reigning, you didn't always have a glam squad, sis. Running up to that point of winning and all that. And you would have never been. Caught dead looking like you look. Girl, you better get yourself together. If you let Mark Daly beat you down like this, you're not the Kenya Moore that I thought you were. You don't even deserve to give people the shit that you give people if you can't pull this off no better than this. If you can't get this together no better than this, Kenya, you need to get your ass off TV because you're not looking TV ready right now. You're looking bad, sis. I was completely disappointed. Kenya's the girl that you love to hate. She get on your nerves, but you can't wait to see her. And when I look around and I see my villain, my Kenya Moore villain, I don't want to see her looking like this. I want her to be sharp. I want her to be crisp. I want her to be together the way that she be together. So that when she do all that reading and all that, that bitch read you down, but you couldn't even come back for her. You ain't even in the position to tell nobody shit right now, Kenya Moore. She looked terrible. Terrible. And that has to do with that beatdown that she's taken and accepted from that Mark Daly. You better let that punk go. He's a terrible person. You know what I mean? Yeah, Kenya, she's not the nicest person, but anybody to treat someone the way he treats Kenya, I ain't even gonna say what he needs. You know. You know. I ain't feeling that. But I ain't ready to do that. I'm not gonna sit up here. I'm gonna tear her up here, and I ain't get ready to do this. I'm not gonna tear her apart like this all season. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. She going through enough. She don't need my mouth on her all season. That woman going through something. Now that's reality. If we ain't never, because you know she do a lot of little fake shit on here. That was very telling, and it was very much she gave us a burst of reality TV. That shit we saw with her mom and her dad and them, that was real in the past. This shit right here, how Mark Daly has beat her and brought her down. Same with shit, that nutball. The little cute nutball guy that was... Kid, you gotta stop this. You in this thing with men, you girl. You might want to try a different flavor or something. Because I don't like seeing you like this at all. Girl, it ain't even fun to tear at you. It ain't even fun to fight with you like this. I'm going to kick you when you're down, and you definitely are down. Anyway, moving on. So, okay. So that, you know, we seen her going to the shit. The damn lawyer was like, get your goddamn self together. You know? The lawyer even was telling her, girl, let it go. A mess. But she went and she talked, you know. It was hard to watch. Anyway, there was a whole point in here where Kandi and Cynthia went over to the house, and they basically let her know, girl, listen, we got your back. If you decide to stay, cool. If you decide to leave, yay. Okay? And we did that all last season. So we don't need to keep seeing 15 scenes of that. Like, we don't. That's disgusting. Anyway, moving on. So Cynthia, Kandi, and Marlo actually got together. Child, Cynthia, Tittygate, hashtag Tittygate. You really feeling yourself. Like, Cynthia's feeling sexy. She gained some weight. You know, she talked about her gaining weight now. She was quarantined with Mike. So they've got to live together. She was quarantined in LA with him. They set the date for 10/10/20. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But, yeah, she gained a little weight. I don't care. She still looked fabulous. But titties just everywhere. Just titties out. I'm like, child, and you got Candy's mouth watering over there. I'm like, Kandi. Honey, your lesbian is showing. And that whole scene, poor Kandi, your lesbian was showing. It was like, girl, she was having a whole thing with Cynthia's breast, honey. Can't take my eyes off you. I said, girl, you're going to write a song, ain't you? Because, girl, she couldn't take her eyes off her titties, but they was all over the place. Marlo coming in, taking folks' temperatures and all that, and measuring, you know, Marlo, doing Marlo. So their whole thing, but they really weren't talking about anything. The only thing, now in that scene, which was funny, they called Porsha Martin, what they call her? Porsha Luther King, and that was funny. That was funny. You know, that was in good humor, and that was funny. But really, just nothing. Just nothing. And I realized right then, like that was the very first 15 minutes of the show, I realized right then that I missed Eva. I don't know what it is that Eva would have added, you know, but I was like, damn, where's Eva? I miss Eva. Anyway, moving on. Kandi and Riley. Some of y'all get ready to get mad at me. Some of y'all are getting ready to get mad at me. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Nope, I don't. I don't. Plastic surgery is not always the answer. It's not always the answer. Now, I don't know what it's done for Riley's self-esteem. I guess I have to watch more to see her. I don't know. Riley don't even look like Riley anymore. You know, changing your nose does change your whole look. You got to be very careful when you get to playing with your nose, because it does change. It can change your complete look, and this changed Riley's complete look. There was nothing wrong with Riley's look. Riley was cute. She's a cute girl. Now she looks like a fake girl. She don't look cute to me anymore. She looks fake. She looks fake. I don't even see Riley. I kept looking, and I'm like, I don't know. I have to watch and just kind of try to watch her personality and see if maybe it's heightened her and her person. But other than that, if her personality hasn't changed, if she's still this introvert and she's still this pulled in person, which I'm still seeing like pull in and mean, because she's always been very pulled in, and she's a mean little girl. Riley has a mean streak, but so does Kandi. So if you're still that pulled in, quiet, and still got that mean streak and that kind of victim thing going on, then it was all for nothing. Because that face, and I ain't dragging her, I ain't saying she look ugly or anything like that. I'm not dragging her. But I don't understand. It didn't do anything to enhance her look. She looks fake. She looks plastic now. She looks plastic. And like I said, I knew some people were going to be mad at me anyway. But I'm just going to put it out there. When I looked at Riley, and it's probably the whole scene, because it was hot. It was very hot. They're in Atlanta. It was very hot. She got all this makeup on. And you can see her, she's sweating. That whole scene, Riley looked like an extra from White Chicks. There, I said it. And I'm going to move on. There's this whole thing going on about Kandi and Block. What the hell is this shit? What's wrong with him? What is wrong with him? Like, he didn't, I mean, we've had this whole thing with, again, we're regurgitating these old storylines. So we're on this whole thing. The girl's out of school now. She's in college. Kandi, you got money. We know college bills ain't no issue. He owes her like $100,000 worth of child support. Riley basically don't want nothing to do with him. She's over it. Should have been going on for 9 million years. She is over. She is, for all intents and purposes, she's a grown woman now. So I understand her. Now, this was the one time that I saw Todd be very adult about the situation when he said to Riley, you do things the way that you want to do it. You do it all at your comfort level. If you want to be bothered, be bothered. If you don't want to be bothered, don't be bothered. But I don't think you should shut him out, because he is your father. I said, very smart, Todd. Very wise. Because the only thing I fear with that is I don't want something to happen to Block and then Riley regret her decision if she's shutting him out. I want her to be sure, because Riley is a soft person. She's not hard. She got a mean streak, but she's not a hard person. Riley is Kandi. She not a hard, she not her grandmama. Now her grandmama, I wouldn't even, child, her grandmama or Aunt Bertha, I wouldn't give it a second thought. But Aunt Nora, Kandi, and Riley are soft. They soft with a mean streak. And I would hate to see Riley be in a position if something happens to Block and then she regrets her decision of like, oh wow, I could have spent time, I could have had a bond, I could have let him try. I could, you know, I would hate to see her go through that. I think that would destroy her. I really do. So I was like, yeah, Todd. I was with Todd with that. Kandi, I thought was handling things really, really well for a change from the things that are actually being said. Block's out of order. When she said, I had the same look on my face that Todd had on his face, like he had never heard that before either. When she said that he told her, you acting like a broke bitch. Wait a minute, Block, why are you talking to her like that? I don't give a damn what you talking about, bruh. Kandi had that baby. Kandi done raised that baby. Now, Kandi has done very well for herself, but you not broke, bruh. You just decided you just wasn't going to pay. And then you're going to base what you're doing off of what she did. You don't get to do that. Her good fortune is not your good fortune. Y'all not no couple. You owe what you owe. Period. You're still Riley's father. You still have a responsibility to Riley. And at this point, emotionally, you don't pretty much care, I don't guess, or maybe you're trying, I don't know. You dropped the ball somewhere in there at a point, but monetarily, you owe. Ain't no ifs, ain't no ands, ain't no buts. The state of Georgia said you owe. You owe. So, at no point do you get to call Kandi no broke bitch. You're acting like a broke bitch. Well, what if she was a broke bitch? If she was a broke bitch, you give her the money? Or if she's a broke bitch, do you really kick her twice and tell her, get out my face, you broke bitch? You out of order. You out of order. And then, again, this all will play into, do you really think that Riley wants to be bothered with you while you're talking to her mother like that? Come on, dude. You serious? Get your life in order. Anyway, I didn't like that. And I seen Todd's face, and my face was looking the same way, like, somebody need to punch him in his shit. The hell's going on with him? That was a whole mess. Anyway, so that's that. Now, this is the last thing that I really want to talk about here. Cynthia and Mike. Okay, so everything's fine with them. And we got this wedding. Now, Cynthia wants to have this here wedding, okay? We're in a pandemic. It may not be able to happen the way you want it to happen. She basically is like, she's not wanting to take no for an answer. She wants her wedding how she wants her wedding. That is a woman thing. Don't nobody need to be questioned in that. Period. A woman has her mind made up. She sees it how she wants it, and she should have it. I don't care if it's your first wedding, your 12th wedding, your 20th wedding, your second wedding. However that woman sees that wedding taking place, if she can afford it, she should be given it. Period. That's just my feelings. Now, Cynthia, with that comes maturity. You too old to be sitting around acting stupid now. Don't be stupid. You still need to get married. This should not even be a conversation, so I'm hoping this is just being done for camera. 10-10-20 is the day you're supposed to get married. Or go get married. You may not be able to have the wedding on 10-10-20. But your marriage date and your anniversary date will always be 10-10-20. That's what that date is about. The date ain't about the party. Because that's all a wedding is a party. You can have the party anytime. But your marriage date, y'all chose that date, and then there's a whole meaning behind it. Most people who get married, those dates are always, there's always a meaning behind the date. And there was total meaning behind why 10-10-20 was your marriage date. So cut the bullshit, Cynthia. And if you don't do nothing but go to Justice of Peace and fill out the paperwork and you marry Mike on 10-10-20, you marry, because when he said to you, am I not enough? I understood it. I understood it because you are making such a big deal about this party like you're doing this to impress other people. Are you trying to prove somebody wrong or something? And that would make me question, am I doing this for the right reasons? Cynthia, grow up. 10-10-20 was supposed to be your marriage date. That date was picked for a reason. Get your ass up and go marry that man on 10-10-20. Shut the hell up. If the party can take place, let it take place. If it can't take place, then it don't take place. Period. And you could do it later. Do the party later. Because you could entertain later. But you get married on 10-10-20 like you're supposed to. And shut the hell up. That's it. That's all I got. Again, I still, after this first episode, I said, thank God for Real Housewives of Potomac. And Real Housewives of Potomac was everything. Was everything. And we needed it. We needed it because this wasn't much. So, that was my question. Could Nene save this? Or would it still just be, if Nene was here? And shit, I want my Eva back. Anyway, all right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. It don't matter what it is. We're going to do this. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about in them comments. So I'll be watching the comments, but I'll be back on screen with you again next week. Bye, y'all.